The entrance to the sanctuary has been forced. A fight took place here.
Constantine managed to get through. Let's hurry.
To stop you.
Are you
If I go
in that?
Protect me in this battle. Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
You're alright? We will, but if...
I'm with him.
Poison on my blade. And let's go! must part.
Even
Enough.
Fine.
Magic is running out. Take a potion.
There you are.
Hasn't
What
pers-
in?
May the enlightened protect me in this battle. May the shadow engulf my enemies. Be careful. Your armor is falling apart. May the shadow engulf my enemies. Be careful. Your armor is falling apart. May the shadow engulf my enemies.
This time it's my turn.
I knew you'd.
Well,
You thank.
but for you. For us. So that we may live.
This makes no sense.
You don't understand. This old, dying.
Perhaps, but
I've seen death. My father's ruse, the political bowing. I have been to send the old world back, and this new world, the immortal.
He himself is the incarnation of...
All you have to do is to bind yourself here, with me. Come. Oh, what a shame.
Good night, sweet prince.
After the fall of Constantine, my young student managed to establish stronger links between the old nations and the natives. Some of their donegada were even invited to the continent, and with their help, it slowly became a land filled with life again. And for the first time in a long while, the number of cases of the Malichor is decreasing. Of those who fought valiantly in Dorhat Genadu, very few survived, but they were crowned with glory. For despite their small number, they had managed to prevent the worst from happening. Afra set aside her weapons and went back to her research on the native culture and flora of the island. It is said that she is even writing a book with the help of Dunkas's clan when not visiting her friends. For his bravery, Vasco was awarded the rank of commander. He now travels the sea at the head of a whole fleet, but he often comes back to visit his brother-in-arms. Petrus's ambitions have finally been fulfilled. He obtained the much-coveted title of Cardinal. Despite the responsibilities implied by such a title, he still sometimes visits the one he calls his child. These precious friendships allowed my student to slowly forget Kurt's treason, even though he still feels bitter about it at times. Siora, who had taken back her role as the Donegad of her clan, convinced them to join the Donea Exregao. Her heart was still full of disappointment for the time she spent in vain alongside her Renaigse. Despite the help Ulan received, which allowed him to restore the importance of the seaside Nemeus, he still had to renounce the role of Marl as he faced the contempt of the other clans. Her friendship with the Renaigse helped Deirdre to overcome her reticence. She willfully accepted to follow the orders of her new High King. Dunkas and his people spent a lot of time with savants and theologians. Patiently, they shared their knowledge of the earth and learnt new techniques from one another, and in so doing, they restored balance between the new world and the old. The public revelations of Saint Matthias's life led to a deep change in Teleme. The Ordo Luminis was dismantled for good, and the missionaries' purpose is now to establish dialogue rather than conversion. Admiral Cabral had to face a mutiny as it became apparent that the Guard had been informed of the Nort's secrets. More secretive than ever, the Norts withdrew, only accepting the Seaborn amongst them. Although it was weakened on the continent, the Guard's influence kept growing on the island around their city of Hikmet. They managed to establish peace with the natives, where the Alliance had only managed to create anger, despite the negative influence of some shady members in their midst.
Come. Trust me. You won't regret it, cousin.
Who could have predicted, when my two young students left the port of Serene, that they'd become the gods of Teofredi, thus plunging the world into chaos? Certainly not me. So it seems that I am a poor teacher. Amongst those who had tried to prevent the ritual from taking place, only a handful of dazed survivors remained, helplessly facing hordes of creatures following the orders of the two cousins. Those who had been the traveling companions of our young legate were the first to fall. Exiled from the island, all our nations sunk into a state of constant warfare, each accusing the others of being responsible for their terrible defeat. The congregation is now on the verge of falling, and I have no doubt that the others will follow. The lives which haven't been taken by war will be taken by the Malicor. On Teofredi, the Nauts report that nature has reclaimed its rights in the cities. After a period of chaos that saw the death of many rebel islanders, the survivors reportedly all ended up acknowledging the power of the two cousins. But sadly, this is nothing but hearsay, since the news we receive is scarce and getting even more so.